Greetings to everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss about another type of natural resource, which is mineral resource. The mineral resources we require for every developmental activity, even for the domestic purpose also. The minerals are naturally occurring in organic crystalline solids like quartz, feldspar, biotite, dolomite, calcite, etc. And basically, minerals are classified into two categories based on their composition. One category is metallic, and the other is non metallic. Even the metallic minerals are further classified into ferrous and non ferrous resources. And another classification of minerals is based on their application. The previous one is based on its composition, but the applications are varies from one mineral to the other mineral based on that their application for what purpose that mineral is used for. They are classified into again two categories: critical minerals and strategic minerals. Critical minerals are essential for the economy of the nation, like copper, iron, all these. And strategic minerals are used for the defense of a country, like cobalt, platinum, magnesium. They comes under strategic minerals category. And there are a lot of applications of mineral resources, and main uses of the mineral resources that I included here. We can use minerals as a fertilizer, for jewelry, for communication, for transport means, and we use for the um, defense equipment, and we use for generation of energy that in terms of coal and uranium, and we use more or less in every industry and for every machinery as well. The minerals, metallic minerals especially, can be uh, used to prepare alloys, different type of alloys, where they find a lot of applications in the industries nowadays. And because of all these applications, we need metal which has to be extracted from underground by a process called mining. And before going to the mining and their impacts, let's discuss about the major minerals which are available in India. And here I just listed again into two categories: that minerals which can be used for energy generation and that can be used commercially. Energy generation means we we can have coal and lignite. That coal in our India, especially the coal which is available is not of anthracite rank category, but of bituminous, that are majorly available in West Bengal, Jharkhand, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. This another type of energy generating mineral is uranium, which is available in Jharkhand, AP, Meghalaya, and Rajasthan. Where I mentioned AP is including Telangana and Andhra Pradesh region. And commercially used minerals are like aluminum, iron, copper available in India. And if you can observe, all the energy generating and commercially used minerals are available in Jharkhand. You can observe that. And aluminum, coming back to aluminum, it is available in Orissa, Gujarat, AP, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Maharashtra. And iron is again available in Jharkhand, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra. This copper is also available in Rajasthan, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Karnataka, West Bengal, and even in AP. Here I just listed few of the minerals and their major uses. We'll just go through. Aluminum is one of the best metal which is used to pack food, because aluminum won't corrode easily, so that it may not contaminate the food, so that aluminum can be used to pack food items, and even can be used to prepare utensils and electronics also. And chromium for making high strength steel alloys, in steel alloys, and even textile industry for coloring, we can use tanning, we can use this chromium, and copper can be generally used in electronics and electronic goods, and even for construction and vessels. Iron, high machinery, and as an alloy for the steel preparation, we can use the iron. And lead is used in leaded gasoline and car batteries, paints, industries. And magnesium can be used to make again more high strength heat resistant steel alloys. And platinum can be used in the automobiles or catalytic conversion and electronics, and even in the medicine also. Gold is also plays a major role in medical field as well as ornaments and electronics, even used in the aerospace also. And silver can be used in the photography and jewelry. Nickel can be used in the chemical industry and steel alloy. So now, for all these purpose, we require mineral which can be extracted from the underground by a process called mining. And that mining can be done in two ways. It can be done surface mining or subsurface. If the shallow deposits are removed, that comes under surface. And if the minerals are deep deposits and which has to be extracted from underground, that comes under subsurface mining. And when we are extracting that mineral, it can be of any category, metallic or non-metallic, and which are extracted by different ways. And the mining can be of again three categories: open pit or dredging or strip mining. I'll show you the picture so that you can understand. This is an open pit where we just dug the we use a machine to dig a hole and to remove the different types of minerals which are available, and from that we can extract the mineral continuously by making a big hole. And dredging is a process by which we use chain buckets. Generally this type of dredging mining can be used to extract the mineral which is under the ground. And this is another category, strip mining, where we can remove a mineral like a granite or stone like material in the form of a layer. This appears like this, and it is a strip mining. And because of this mining, whatever may be, it can be a open pit or it can be a strip mining, it leads to a lot of ecological impacts, positive and negative. And there will be a lot of pollution, and it causes health issues to the workers who are working there. Now let's discuss that impacts. Ecological impacts is that wherever we need to do the mining, that area has to be devegetated, deforested, so that the flora and fauna which are there in that particular place loses their natural habitat, and we lose the biodiversity also. And physical impacts are also there because of for mining to extract different types of minerals. We have to use, sometimes we have to use explosives, and that may leads to the land subsidence, and underground fires may happen, and landscape destruction may takes place. And because of soil erosion, soil particles become soil mining, soil particles become free, and so that it leads to the soil erosion also. And positive socio-economic impacts are also there. That is, the people who are staying surrounding that particular mining area will get empowerment, and infrastructure facilities may develop in that particular area, and economically they will gain. But there simultaneously there will be few negative social impacts, economic impacts also. That's the encroachment and evacuation. And the major question is that resettlement and rehabilitation. The government has to provide resettlement and rehabilitation for the people who gave their lands for mining purpose, but it's a big issue to the government because they can't compensate equally worth land or house or resources for the people who gave their lands. And come to the pollution. If we continuously extract a mineral, it leads to air pollution and water pollution, soil get polluted. Even as we are using the explosive, it leads to the noise pollution also. And because these pollution, there will be an occupational health impact to the workers, mining workers, and as well as the people who are staying in the surroundings. The health hazard due to the long exposure of a same type of mineral, which may be a toxic metal, leads to hazardous health issues, and in some cases it may even leads to the accidents also. I just mentioned here major damage caused by the mining activities. One thing I already mentioned is devegetation and defacing of landscape, subsidence, groundwater and surface water got contaminated, and air pollution and occupational health hazards. So, what remedies can be taken by the government, or else who got that mining activity lease? That person has to take care. First thing is the safety of mining workers. The management who are focused on the mining, they focuses only on the economical profit, or what they are getting, what they are fetching from that mining, but not about the safety of the mining workers. There are 30 disable accidents per 2.5 tons of mineral production, and they don't even compensate equally as their disability, and that has to be taken care first. And then in a mining area, the government even has to take care, follow eco-friendly techniques that surrounding the mining area. We can plant a large leaf plants, and we can go for microbial leaching technique instead of using some chemicals for metallurgical processes, where we can use Bacillus ferroxylans to extract gold embedded in iron sulfide ore. And as I told, revegetation is another thing, and prevention of toxic drainage discharge. Generally, from even mining also, or during the metallurgical process, whatever the impurities we are getting that are thrown into the environment, which causes again a lot of issues that has to be taken care. And here I just want to present you a case study related to the tiger reserve in Aravalli. This Aravalli range covers the Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, and Delhi, and they are rich in biodiversity as well as mineral resources like quartz, marble, granite. And because of that, mining operations within the and around the Sariska Tiger rivers has left many areas permanently infertile and barren. Now that an area is not suitable for the life of the wildlife animals, and even the National Heritage and Supreme Court has filed a case in 1991 to respond the public interest litigation of Tharun Bharat Sak, an NGO, but still there are illegal mining going on in the Sariska Tiger Reserve. Another mining case study is in Udaipur, mining and quarrying in Udaipur. There are 200 open casts in which most of the open casts are illegal, and the mines spread over 15,000 hectares in Udaipur have casted many adverse impacts on the environment. And about 150 tons of explosives are used per month in blasting, and that releases a lot of toxic chemicals into the environment. And the waste which is produced from the mining area is just pumped into the nearby water body, which is Bagdara. And due to that, that water is used for irrigating the paddy and other cultivations, and that leads to a lot of impact on the uh, human being as well as the animals also. Thank you. In my next video, I'll discuss about another type of natural resource.